Just a little disclaimer before the video starts. These are just the highlights of me building my PC. I skipped tons and tons of stuff. Actually, it took around, I think it took 7 hours or something like that. Probably a bit less, but like around that time to make. And if you actually wanted to build a PC, you should probably look at a professional guide, which is a lot longer than mine and will tell you what you need to do. But yeah, these are just the highlights, and I skipped a lot of hiccups, but I had quite a few hiccups when making the PC. Thankfully everything went smooth in the end, but yeah, enjoy. Today I'm gonna be building my first PC, and I've just got all the parts because the GPU just arrived today, but I'm gonna go build it. Okay, so I accidentally forgot to record a bit, but I'll just tell you what I've done. So I've got the CPU down in here, and I've put the CPU cooler on top right here, and I've plugged it into the fan header. Then I've got my 2 DDR4 RAM kit, and I've put it in. It was kind of hard to fit it in, but it went in eventually. And right now, I'm about to screw in my power supply, so I'm just gonna screw in the power supply now. Now that the PSU is fully installed, I'm gonna put in the IO shield. I've put in the IO shield, now it's time to install the motherboard. Okay, I've just placed my motherboard inside the case. The IO shield is matching up perfectly. And now all I gotta do is screw in these standoffs, so the motherboard cannot be removed from the case. Now the hard drive just slides in there, and I put washers in to prepare for the installation of the SSD. Next, we're gonna install the mounts into the SSD by just screwing them on like this. Next, we're gonna give power to the system using the cables supplied by the power supply. The first cable we're gonna plug in is the motherboard cable, which is this one. Now the motherboard cable goes right through here, and just plug it into the motherboard right here. Next is the CPU cable. It is connected. Plug in my SSD cable and my hard drive cable back here. Power cable's just been plugged in. Now we've plugged in all our fiddly little power switches, and I think there was 6 of them in total, but I plugged them all in. Next, I've just gone and plugged in this cable here to the SSD. Now I'm just going to go ahead and plug this SATA cable into the motherboard here, so that the motherboard gets the signal from the SSD. Next, I'm going to do the same thing to my HDD, and I'm just going to plug this SATA cable in. I'm just going to take this L-shaped cable around here, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug the L-shaped cable right into my motherboard, like that. Next, we're gonna take our epic GTX 1660 Super graphics card, and we're gonna take off this little covering here. That's off. I've taken out these 2 PCIe Express slots here, and I'm just gonna slot and install our GTX 1660 Super into this PCIe Express slot over here. Now that I've installed the 1660 Super, I'm going to screw it in with these 2 PCIe Express screws over here. One over here, and the other in here. Lastly, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my channel fan header here. And I'm just going to close everything up by putting on my backplate. Now I'm just gonna screw in the thumb screw so that it stays in place. Now I'm just gonna put in my tempered glass front panel. And again, we're gonna screw in the front panel. Just like this. And now our PC is pretty much finished, so all we have to do now is hook it up to a monitor. Okay, now we're gonna remove this very, very satisfying tempered glass piece. And we're pretty much good to go from here. Okay, so I've plugged up everything into the PC. I've got my mouse and my keyboard and my monitor all plugged into the PC. And it's time to turn it on for the first time. I am trembling. I am so scared to do this. Let's just turn that on. Okay. Now, okay, I'm gonna press this top power button. Let's see what happens. Oh! Fast fans on. Oh, okay, fans on. It must mean I've done something right. Monitor's not on. Do I need to like turn on the monitor or something? Okay. I'll get back to you guys when I understand what I'm doing. Okay, let's try this again. This time I've connected the case fan in and I've hooked up the monitor. Now, shivers again, even though it's the second time. Okay, so I press that. Okay, that's on now. And next, I'm just gonna. Oh, does that work? Okay. That's on. Case fan and that fan. Okay, let me turn on the monitor. Is the monitor light on? What? Oh, the monitor's working. Right. Wait. Alright, so it's saying reboot and select proper boot device. Is the boot device? Oh god. The boot device isn't in. Okay, we've got our Windows plugged in here. Okay, now we have our Windows. I guess I should press this. Okay. I'll get back to you guys when the setup finishes. Okay, and we have finished building our PC completely. All of the setup is finished, and I've taken the leverage to install a few programs. But yeah, I think we're done here. And that I've successfully built myself a PC. Okay, so now on the new PC I get a constant 144 frames. Right now I'm getting a constant 160 actually, as you can see, but that's only because I capped out 160. And this is all epic settings in Fortnite. As you can see, it looks really smooth because of the 144 Hz display. But it's not just Fortnite which it can run a ton of other games. Like games like Valorant run extremely smoothly on this PC. And before I capped it, this game actually got a stable 300 FPS, which was really nice to see.